Willie D Live.
What's up, family? If it's your first time checking out the show, let me know what city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside of the U.S., let me know what country you represent. Throw up your flag. Family, I need you to smash up the likes, smash up the likes, smash up the likes. Also, if you have not done so already on YouTube, after you subscribe, there's a little bell next to your subscribe button. Go ahead and click that thing right now so you can get your notifications each time I drop a new video like this. That way you'll be in the loop. I'm gonna let a few hundred of y'all come in, then I'm going in. But in the meantime, and in between time, I'm going to get some shots out to the early birds, starting with dun, dun, dun. Joel, what up? Shalom, what it do? Yeah. Sarah, what's up, Sarah Lee? What it do? Heavy, fam. Some heavy information. I'm about to lay it on you. Let a few more y'all come in. That's it. I ain't got no more patience, man. I got to get this off my chest right here. What's up? What's up, Ken from San Diego? What it look like, KD? What it do? K. Nicole. What's up, K. Nicole? Yeah. All right, family. Everybody else is going to have to catch up. I'm going in. So, as you know, family, the Jeffrey Epstein case continues to spark debate about accountability, powerful connections, and what really happened on the night or the morning that he was found hanging while in federal custody in New York. Yeah, fam. So now they're putting a full press on the guard, or one of the guards who was supposed to be on duty. We got a correctional officer who was working in the wing where Jeffrey Epstein was incarcerated the night he died, who searched his case on the internet less than 1 hour before his death. This is according to the Department of Justice records. Tova Noel, a former guard at Metropolitan Correctional Center in Lower Manhattan, New York City, did a Google search searching for Epstein's case on August 10, 2019, around 5:43 a.m. The convicted pedophile was found dead around 6:30 a.m. Now, she started her search at 5:43. Her last search was at 5:52. In fact, I'll show you the log right now. This is the log. That's the official. This is her search log on the internet. So at 5:42, at 5:42 a.m., she searched latest on Epstein in jail. At 5:43, she searched documents related to Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. And then at 5:52, she searched latest on Epstein in jail again. About 38 minutes later, Jeffrey Epstein was found dead. So, who is this woman? There she is. That's Tova Noel. She's the woman who many people in the Justice Department say that she was responsible for his death because she was supposed to be on duty. Her and another individual that has not been named. I don't understand why her name is being called and the other guard name is not being called out. But they're saying that she searched the web for information on Jeffrey Epstein, and her last search was at 5:52 a.m. Now, that doesn't mean that she was off the computer. She wasn't still looking at whatever that search resulted in. It just says that that was the last time it logged. Now, it's worth noting that Epstein wasn't the only inmate who drew Tova's interest. After looking up Epstein, she also searched the latest info on Omar Amanat. Amanat was convicted of wire fraud and conspiracy in 2017, and he was locked up alongside Epstein at the time of his death. Noel also Googled a variety of other subjects that morning, including discounts through Verizon for law enforcement. Now remember, Noel and another guard on duty, correctional officer Michael Thomas, that's his name, Michael Thomas, they were fired after Epstein's body was found. Prosecutors accused them of not completing their 30-minute rounds as mandated. Criminal charges against the pair were filed and later dropped. Noel has denied having anything to do with Epstein's death. When asked about Googling him by the DOJ, she said she couldn't recall. Now that's textbook American. I don't recall. She said, I don't recall. Family, give me a thumbs up if you think this woman played a role in Jeffrey Epstein's death. Give me a thumbs up. Thumbs down and say, nah, man, sister ain't have nothing to do with it, man. Peace. Sister didn't have nothing to do with it. I'll give you a few moments to think about it. Okay, time's up. Here go the thing, fam. Here's the thing. I just think about the American justice system, and it's never been right by people who look like me. So on one hand, I can see them trying to frame the sister. I can see them trying to frame her. I can see them trying to pin it on her. Like, yo, it's quite possible that whoever killed Jeffrey Epstein, he absolutely was killed, whoever killed him may have made sure that she had left her post for the time she left her post, so that whoever needed to do what they needed to do could go in there and do what they needed to do. Maybe she wasn't playing ball. She didn't agree to play ball, because you can't get everybody to play that type of game. There's only certain people that are willing to do that type of thing. Like, you wouldn't typically just have a normal correctional officer go in and kill somebody. You have to find that correctional officer who killed, because that's what they do. They go in and they kill. You know, they do the job. They do the dirty work for the system. Yo, man, we ain't asking you to kill him. We're just asking you to open the door so the other guys, the other inmate can kill him. We're not asking you to kill him. We're just asking you to give the other inmate a shank so he can do the killing. We're just asking you to leave the door unlocked. Or we're asking you to get him when we send him to the laundry room, when we send him to clinic. You see, we send him on a clinic run, and you take care of your business. So that's quite possible. But it's also quite possible to get at the people who's on duty and either tell them or not tell them the whole play. You might say, look, man, I need you over here. Well, nah, who's going to help us? Oh, we got that covered. Don't worry about it. Somebody going to cover it. And then when it go down and they spooked, but they know this is something big, this is big, they're spooked. And somebody get in their ear and say, look, I advise you to keep your mouth shut. I advise you to never speak on this because these people know where your whole family live at and you can't run from this. That's quite possible. Unless you were actually there, you really don't know who was involved. So I can't say with certainty if she was involved or not. When you're dealing with the government, man, this particular government, the U.S. government, is one of the most sophisticated. I'm talking about not the Trump administration. I'm talking about the U.S. government. It's one of the most sophisticated, conniving, nefarious, eye-smarting everybody else government to ever exist. The propaganda is next level. Most of what you see ain't really what you see. Most of what you hear ain't really what you hear. Anything is possible. So I don't know, fam. I don't know. But they did try to make her the face of death. They tried to make her the face of death. Like, yo, we know you did it. We know you did something. You had something to do with it. But those charges was probably dropped because they knew that she really wasn't guilty. And if they had pursued it, she would have had to defend herself and help them and help identify who was on duty or who possibly could have went into that gate. She probably would have had to start naming names if she was going to defend herself. She started having naming names, then the house of cards start to fall. I absolutely believe that this guy was murdered. Billionaires do kill themselves, but not normally. It would take an extreme act for a billionaire. See, what you understand about billionaires is billionaires, they're used to using money to get their way and get out of any type of trouble they can get out of, including murder. Billionaires do not go to jail in America. So the fact that he went to jail in the first place was a sign that they were probably going to rub him out anyway. Like, because every now and then they'll sacrifice one to save the rest. So this guy was the sacrifice. Now, here's the thing about him. People don't care about him. Jeffrey Epstein was an uncivilized mutt. Nobody cares about him except maybe his family, some of his family members. But nobody really cares about him because he was an uncivilized mutt. He was not only a pedophile, he was a racist, right? So nobody cares about this dude at all. He's an uncivilized mutt. That's understood. People are interested in those files primarily because of the young girls who got hurt and who is accused of hurting them, who is accused of harming them. harming them. And that is Donald Trump, your president. That's the interest in the Epstein files. People are interested in those files because of Donald Trump and who he harmed or who he's accused of harming. I don't believe the dude killed himself because millionaires don't kill themselves. Millionaires are so used to getting their way. Millionaires are so used to spending money to make things move. With billionaires, millionaires too, but billionaires, but even millionaires. I used to, when I was young, I used to have to sit through these shows, these stories, they called them stories, daytime dramas. I used to have to sit through these shows and watch TV because we had to watch, when I was growing up, we only had one television, so we had to watch whatever my mama was watching. So there was a guy on there they called him Victor something. Victor Newman, I think. Victor Newman paid for everything. Anything Victor Newman wanted, he spent a little money. If he liked a girl, if he liked a woman, and he was trying to impress her, and maybe, she wasn't like receptive, he's just going by the apartment building that she lived in. He would buy the apartment building she lived in, and next thing you know, there's an issue or whatever, and then he's in the office or something like that, and she's trying to figure out what's going on. He's like, yeah, I own the building. Next thing you know what I mean? That's what billionaires do. Billionaires' kids get in trouble, they driving, they kill 6 people, they drunk. Somehow, some way, the billionaire's child don't go to prison. They end up getting probation because they grease the pockets of everybody. They make things go away. They just make it go away. That can happen when people got millions. So imagine what happens when they got billions. Billionaires have too much to live for. One of the reasons why they're billionaires is so that they can look down at the millionaires and the thousandaires and the hundredaires and the no-hairs. So I absolutely do not believe that man killed himself. In fact, I know he didn't kill himself. If you think about how hard people are trying to suppress the evidence, the way that they're going out of their way to not release those files, that would tell you a whole lot. That'll tell you a whole lot as to why somebody would want him killed. People have went to great lengths to protect the names in those files. They are protecting the names of the alleged perpetrators and the predators more than they're protecting the victims. They're going out of their way to do it. That lets me know the man was killed. Again, Jeffrey Epstein is an uncivilized mutt, or was an uncivilized mutt. He deserved to die. Horribly. Oh, he deserved it. He was one of the worst of the worst. But guess who else was? All the rest of them who enabled him. All the rest of them who enabled him. All the rest of them who was going to that island playing with them little girls. Yeah, all of them. I personally don't think that the sister did anything, because whoever killed Jeffrey Epstein is protected. You'll never find out who killed Jeffrey Epstein. It will always be a rumor. This came from the top. This is killing a high-profile individual inside of a federal penitentiary, where surveillance video from the time that he was killed went missing. Somehow, some way, the video just skips during the time he was supposed to be being murdered. They got all the video for the rest of the day, except that little one-time slot. Who's in charge of that? Oh yeah, this absolutely came from the top. So you ain't finna find out who killed Jeffrey Epstein. You can have a very good idea who had something to do with his murder, but you're not gonna ever find out who laid hands on him, who actually held him down and strung him up. Because it definitely was more than one person. And that came from the top. That woman, I don't think that woman had anything to do with it. Because if she had something to do with it, we wouldn't know who she is. We wouldn't know anything about her. They're trying to put a face on it. And they're trying to sacrifice the sister and trying to, ruin her life and her future. Any type of opportunities that she may have going forward and trying to, earn an honest living. I don't think she had anything to do with it. The person who killed Jeffrey Epstein, the people who killed Jeffrey Epstein and who was involved in his death, I don't think will ever come to light. Maybe somebody will confess on their deathbed, but they might get an early death. They may die just a few seconds sooner if they try to tell that side of the story. Yeah, that's how deep it is. This was absolutely a conspiracy, and it's more than one person involved. More than one person. I think it was at least two people killed him. It was at least two people killed him, because one person didn't do it. It had to be at least two people, unless somebody went in and stabbed him, and then, choked him or whatever, and, it got somebody in there to really go in there and do all that. But I doubt one person. I think at least two people killed him. And ain't no telling how many people who's actually involved in the actual murder. But I can guarantee you some guards knew, and it's possible that she knows, what guard is connected, but she probably didn't see it. She probably didn't witness it being done, but she probably knows exactly who's connected to it. What's up, Ronnie Jackson? Nirvana, Tyler, Texas, what it do? Rodney, what's up? What's up, Hammond? Hammond, I am Mike. Wait, hold on. That ain't what they say. Hammond, LA Mike. Human Nature, what's up? DeAndre Moore, what it do? Brian Allen. What's up, Brian? Brian says, I know what you're talking about. A place I worked for a few years ago, a guy that owned a company showed up with a suitcase to a family's home where his brother, who drove a Lamborghini, ran into a young man at over 100 miles per hour and killed him instantly. Well, that suitcase was full of money and made the situation go away with his family. Dude never went to jail. His brother's millions got him off. Yeah, that's how it go, man. And I think a lot of times too, with stuff like that, people go, justice ain't guaranteed, right? It's not guaranteed. And I think people oftentimes reconcile that no matter what we do, it's not going to bring them back. So, and this person probably ain't going to end up doing no time anyway. And they got this suitcase full of money in front of us. I don't know what their finances were looking like, but they probably needed the money. And they said, you know what? Let's just get something out of this. Maybe we can take this money and start a foundation in our families and our loved one's name, and we can, honor his memory that way or something. We can do something, but yeah, ain't no guarantees, because if he would have went to jail, I mean, if they hadn't gone to trial, it's a good chance he would have gotten off. And even if they had tried to sue on a civil level, it just depends on who they're suing and that person's connections. It's a good chance that the suit might get thrown out. So that's that. What's up, Mickey Carter? First word, fist. Or should I say, one's fist, or one sword, fist. 99. Wanda Lucas. Koozie Jacuzzi. What's up? Yeah, fam. I think it's going on too long. I don't think nobody's going to jail. Nobody who ain't in jail already is going to jail. I think this is it. This Epstein stuff is just a big old nothing. And they absolutely are not going to put any of these heads of state in prison, including Donald Trump. But what say you, fam? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. No more talk.